Stirring the pot and nibbling cheese with St. Anne's. We're a sassy cheese channel that's changing the world one nibble of cheese at a time. And today we're welcoming Katie Hall, the owner of the new Green Heron, to the Cheese Studio. So welcome, and can you maybe tell us a little bit about the Green Heron? And I'm just really loving this project, and we're going to dare to pair mocktails and cheese. But first, tell us a little bit, Katie.
I would love to. So at the Green Heron, every wine has a story, and every story has a home. So my mission is to give that to the community. I'm making a community space in Germantown where I'll not only serve wine, but I'll have amazing cheeses to pair with that wine. And what I'm going to be featuring today are some mindful mocktails, which are more than just non-alcoholic drinks. They are actually curated to give you a very in-depth and mindful experience in a glass.
And we at St. Anne's have never paired mocktails with cheese. So as a boomer, I'm just so excited to work with the whole story of what a mocktail is. So share, like, as a child, I drank Pabst Blue Ribbon, okay? And, wine. So this is a new movement.
Right. And a lot of people, a lot of older people, really, when I talk about it, they're like, what is a mocktail? Even some younger people are just now getting on the bandwagon of what a mocktail is. And basically what a mocktail is, for me, it's after I have a glass of wine, I enjoy that glass of wine. I take in all the tasting notes. I take in all the scents. But really, after one glass, I'm ready to move on to something else. And usually that something else is non-alcoholic. Because I'm not one to drink an entire bottle of wine by myself. So that's when I move over to a mocktail. And a mocktail is a great way to still have tasting notes, have an entire experience in a glass, have fun pairings, but in a non-alcoholic way. So whether you're pregnant. Or you've already had...
Wait, you're not looking at me. I'm not pregnant.
No.
Okay, all right.
Whether you're pregnant,
okay.
You're just staying away from alcohol for health reasons, or like me, you've already had your alcohol for the evening and you're not ready to call it a night yet and you want to keep that adventure going. There's so many reasons why you would want to have a mocktail.
So we're going to do two mocktails today, as I understand it. The first one is going to be a Spring Carrot Turmeric.
I'm so excited for this one. It's very unique. A lot of people, when I say carrot, they're like, I don't know how I feel about carrot juice. Trust me, it's more sweet than savory.
I don't pair often cheese with carrots. So this is tricky. And then you threw the turmeric in.
Yep.
On this.
Like I said, it's an entire tasting adventure in a glass. So you're really kind of testing your palate. And it's about really sipping it slowly, taking it in and enjoying the pairing with the cheese and the mocktail all at once.
All right. Also in the back, I just want to give a quick thank you to Justin A., who's doing some filming, and we're going to be feeding him some cheese and mocktails too. So if you see that, thank you for
food
helping
action
behind the camera there, Justin. So let's do the turmeric carrot. That scares me.
Okay. Well, it's not scary. I promise. It's going to be great. So for ease, today, I just went to the grocery store and I got the mix already mixed. So this is something that you could do at home, super easy, very cost effective. So you get it room temperature. So instead of sticking it in the fridge and having to wait for it to get cold, we're going to do something super fun and we're going to shake it.
So it's like cheese. You want to have it at room temperature more or less? Or?
You don't have to. Oh. It's mostly just because I'm not very patient. So when I buy something, I want to enjoy it now. So being able to shake it, it gets it to that cold drinking temperature very, very quickly. So you get one of these really cool shakers, you add some ice, you add your juice that's at room temperature, you shake it up, then feel the top.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It gets very, very cold very, very quickly. So that's the perfect amount for 2 mocktails.
Or actually one for Justin.
Oh, one for Justin.
Right, we need one for Justin.
Yes. Didn't even think about Justin. There's not enough for Justin.
Justin, can you grab a glass over here? No, we gotta remember.
Next time I will remember poor Justin.
Okay.
Now, right on the nose, even as I'm shaking this, you're smelling a lot of carrot. And I still have to add the tonic.
Yeah, this is...
So we're gonna add tonic water, and the tonic water is to bring a little hint of sweetness and to mellow out that carrot.
Yeah, the smell of this, like it's carrot turmeric. This is, and the turmeric is so healthy. Turmeric started kind of in India, right? Lots of herb, like.
Here's for Mr.
Right.
Justin.
Cheers.
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 Okay, number one.
All right.
So yeah, you were saying turmeric's from India.
So one of our cheese rules is if it grows together, it goes together. When we're pairing, we want to sort of know globally in the world where we are.
Okay.
In the cheese world.
That makes sense.
So the turmeric, I'm going to pick up off the turmeric as we try a piece of cheese with that.
Perfect. So for me, the mocktails I'll be making at the Green Heron, it is all about, like, you know, you're going to be tasting it much like you taste wine. So you kind of can fully enjoy the whole experience. So you really start off with smelling, which is your nose, and then you move on to your palate. Then you kind of feel where it falls on your palate. So if it's acidic, it's going to be more in your cheeks. And if it's basic, it's going to be more in the front of your mouth. While this is very acidic.
Yeah, so when we make cheese, pH is something really important. And I brought some of our pH strips today.
We're getting
scientific. Yeah, so the pH, I'm just going to dip it in here. And what it's showing on here is that this drink is a 4.0. So
Very
on the
acidic.
pH scale, it goes from 0 to 14. 7 is basic. This would be a really acidic food. As we're pairing or as we make cheese, that's important because I think we want to go like on a roller coaster taste adventure.
Yes.
So if we went more acidic with cheese, we would be like eating a lemon.
Yes.
I think we want to bring our people back with some fat and protein.
Exactly.
Like in a cheese, right? To pair.
You don't want to blow out your palate. And the most common way to blow out your palate is by eating too much acidity or too much basic food all at once. Especially acidity, because as soon as you have an acidic thing and then you pair it with an acidic thing, when you go to cleanse your palate, it becomes harder and harder. So like what we're doing today is we're starting off with the easier eating cheeses and then moving on to the more like hard-hitting cheeses.
So in our cheese rule, mellow to hell no.
Yes.
We wouldn't want to blow out like a blue cheese to start this. That's too much early in the evening.
And that's all we would taste for the rest of the tasting adventure, is you would taste blue cheese, no matter how much palate cleansing you did.
Right. So we're going to start with mellow. It's an Indian cheese. Very easy to make. It's made with milk, and then we cut it basically with a citric acid lemon juice. So I thought about it to pair with this. It should be a mellow cheese.
I'm not sure what I was expecting, but it is very nice. There's something I don't know what that is.
It would be the lemon juice that is to curdle the milk.
It's a little, not acidic. That's not the right word.
It would be, but it's not as acidic
No.
as this. Yeah. Okay, so that's paneer, and it's an Indian cheese. So since you have turmeric, I thought that pairing where we know where we are in the world.
Now drink this with the cheese flavor still in your mouth.
So we go back on it pairs well.
That works. That works really, really well.
And then another cheese that I thought would go really well with this is Havarti. Right?
I'm a sucker for Havarti. You can't go wrong.
All right, and then I'm gonna do a cheese that does not pair.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, don't bring that out.
Right? Like we know, like that doesn't even look good. Like the pairing would not work. And for
they're both orange.
I won't make you taste it. Okay, now that my fingers are all over it. It's just a no.
That's it. That's a no.
Okay. No to this. So things that work and pair, we want to have people increase their tasting experience.
Right.
Not be horrified. All right, so we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna try some Camembert versus Brie on your next mocktail.
Okay.
So cheers, one more.
Cheers.
Love it.
I'm excited for these two. Okay. Bring out 3 glasses. Okay. So this is gonna be the lemon ginger spritzer. So ginger has a lot of really great health benefits. It's good for digestion. It's good for your belly. It's perfect for cheese because it kind of helps the digestion.
Mm-hmm. As we talked to you about palate cleansing.
Yes.
It reminds me of like at a sushi restaurant.
Exactly. Yes.
Where you would have ginger to like come back off the sushi, right?
Right. Yeah. So in between sushi rolls, they give you ginger. And a lot of people think, oh, that ginger is what I put on my sushi. No. It's actually to clear your palate between flavors. So, I mean, I still put it on my sushi because I like ginger. But it is actually meant to clear your palate.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Yeah, so as we clear our palate to go to this drink, another way to clean the palate, ginger. Mm-hmm. In cheese tasting, we do it with pineapple.
I'll take a pineapple.
Yeah, so let's take a pineapple. Sorry,
you.
it's a big chunk. Just
That's a big
cheers.
Okay.
Cheers. Pineapple has bromelain.
Oh.
And that is that strong flavor. And at the core of the pineapple, that's where it has the highest level of this kind of chemical.
Okay.
All right, so it'll neutralize the flavor. So, and then I would chase it with, you don't have a club soda there, but. And that would sort of clean the palate as we go into the next journey.
Perfect. Yeah, you do that in wine tasting too. But we do it with sparkling mineral water. Just mostly because wine people are snobs.
Cheese people were happy with just a club soda in the can.
Okay, so let's try this guy.
Okay, Justin.
Yours off camera.
And then here, Justin, here's your piece of cheese. All right,
yeah.
So smell first. It just smells like acid. Like,
yes.
I mean, it smells like lemon juice.
Yep.
Which we would use a lot in making mozzarella. So we're back to, wait, where's my pH strip? Let me see if it's any low. This one's probably lower than the other.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty bright yellow.
Yeah. I would say it's almost on the same acidity as the last one.
Okay. And another faux pas that I put on here is that usually I would do grapes with cheese, but like right here, this pair would not work.
No.
So I put these out just for as a no.
Yep.
That would be too much flavor, and we're not in kind of the right space for a grape.
Exactly. And when you're thinking about making your own charcuterie board, it really is like a tasting journey. So you're really taking yourself, it's more like a roadmap of your night rather than just like, hey, what looks pretty? So you really have to be mindful of like what you're picking to pair, kind of like what we're doing here.
All right, so I have 2 cheeses that I thought would go really well with this. Kind of on the mellow, still kind of on the mellow. We're gonna go to the hell no here in just a second.
Yes.
But let's stay with Camembert and Brie.
Perfect.
So this Camembert, I'm really proud. This is from Urban Stead. It's a little sweetie heart, like here.
Oh, it's adorable.
This is made down in Cincinnati, called Misty River. So take a little piece of this. I've left it out here for a couple hours, so we want this at room temperature to be this gooey.
Yes.
Oh, but not that gooey. Jeez. There's your piece.
Just a little cake slice.
Yeah, so you can eat the rind. Everybody gets scared kind of on this, but this is...
Oh, I think that's the perfect pairing. You get a little bit of like, I don't want to say barnyardy, but it's a little heavy.
This is an artisan cheese. I mean, you can taste more robust flavors. It's not so mellow anymore.
Right. But it's nice with the pairing of this particular mocktail because the mocktail is so subtle. And with that having so much flavor, it doesn't take away from the cheese.
Right. So this is my cheese is becoming the star a little bit.
Oh, this is star-worthy cheese. This is very good.
Thank you, Urbanstead. This is just a Brie.
Oh,
well, it's from France. I mean, we're
it's
talking about...
not just a Brie.
I know.
But...
French people, I'm sorry. Cheers.
Cheers. Dink it and sink it. It's not just a Brie. It is a great Brie.
What do you think?
Oh, again, it doesn't take away from the cheese. It just helps round out that flavor.
Right, so that's a good pairing. Yeah, so Brie
Now we get to
Camembert
do
was
the
a little
hell
stronger.
I did like the Camembert.
All right, so we went from mellow. We're kind of increasing in flavors right now.
Yes.
Katie has not tasted these. These are two that actually we make at Paint Valley Farms. And this is a goat cheese, a goat Chevre, and we're doing a sheep feta. So first of all, just like you would for your mocktails and wine,
You gotta smell it.
smell it.
Oh yeah, typical goat cheese. Kind of has that like earthy, kind of pungent, but not overly so, like not unpleasant.
Right. So a lot of people are eating goat cheese right now. It's more digestible than cow. Anybody with like lactose kind of issues? Oh wait, that was the hold on, that was the sheep.
Yeah, this is the sheep.
Let's do goat first.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not quite ready for this one.
Yeah.
That one's
Yeah. Okay.
that one's one to end on.
So we didn't do a lot of crackers on this because we didn't really need crackers.
No.
This one is a soft cheese. So cottage cheese would go really well with your drinks as well. Mm-hmm. This, since it's a spreadable. Okay, so now we're in the goat family.
Oh yeah.
Some people are afraid of goat. Like it's new. It's a new flavor.
No, you should never be afraid of goat cheese. The smell is usually a little bit more pungent than the taste is. The taste is usually very mellow and approachable, but it's very rounded and it's an exciting cheese. I love goat cheese.
Goat cheese, we keep our little goats. They're in a barn. They don't eat a lot of the bitter roots out in the field. So whatever the goats or the animals would eat would translate into a cheese. So hopefully that's just a good, spreadable, wonderful cheese. Okay, ready for the sheep?
I'm ready for the sheep now.
Okay.
Okay. I will say I'm usually scared of sheep cheese because it does have like that haystack quality.
And we
to
don't
it.
know sheep. Like in Ohio, we're used to more cows. We don't
Yes.
see sheep really around. Certainly we don't see it here in Kettering.
We don't like see sheep products very often.
Right. Spain would have manchego.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different animal for Ohio.
But this is delicious. It's salty, it's complex. I actually think it goes with the mocktail because it helps bring down the acidity a little bit. It soaks up that on your palate.
It's like salty and sweet.
Yes, exactly.
So to end on that, yeah. So that was the last. That was the last pairing for the mocktails, and we really only want when we do cheese pairings 3 to 5 cheeses.
Yes.
We always usually serve an odd number of cheese instead of 2, 4, 6, 8. We think that's bad luck in the cheese world. So always go 3, 5, 7. So great tasting. What kind of takeaway messages? The cost. I mean, as opposed to getting bottles of wine and going out for a big evening out,
Right.
this is more cost effective to have 3 or 5 cheeses and a mocktail or 2.
Basically, the whole thing about the Green Heron is it's the approachable wine bar. You don't have to be a wine snob to come in. And I want it to be a community experience. I mean, I want it to be somewhere where you feel like it's your home. You can come in and be comfortable and stay a while. And part of that is the cost of an evening. You go out to a traditional wine bar or even a restaurant for dinner, you're spending a couple $100s for the evening. Whereas what I want to try and curate for everyone is you can come and get a wonderful three cheese platter, Start off with a glass of wine, maybe two, then switch over to a mocktail, and per person, we're talking maybe like 20, 30 bucks. So it's great for all ages. I mean, from college people to, you know,
Boomers.
more mature. I wasn't going to say boomers.
She's okay. She can say boomer. But yeah, it goes across the spread.
Yeah.
Like you can't have wine and cheese actually 7 days a week.
Right.
So it's a good, on 1 day a week at least, a mocktail and cheese, I think.
And you could have a mocktail every day, especially when they have amazing healthy ingredients like the ones I showed today.
Definitely. Definitely. So thanks for joining our cheese journey.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for stirring the pot with St. Anne's. We have a couple of events coming up. We're doing a lot of private events. So we're doing cannoli making coming up, teaching people what ricotta cheese is, what we do with cannoli. We are also exhibiting at the Food Independence Summit up in Northern Ohio, and that's a lot about homesteading and how we can be more mindful of our food products at home. So that's going to be a big program with a lot of big speakers. June 18th and 19th, I believe. And then we are going to be presenting butter making at the Five Rivers MetroParks. That's going to be in August. So lots of events coming up with St. Anne's. Thank you for stirring the pot and nibbling cheese and mocktails with Katie Hall at the Green Heron.